Good morning, slot car and scale model racing and collecting family. Today, I'm going to start the day by showing what I've done with the adjustable power supply. I got a really inexpensive adjustable power supply that goes from, 0 all the way to 24, almost 25 volts. For this car, which I'm going to run now a 5-minute interval on, I'm going to set it at 14 volts, which is an outer world, 14 volts more or less. That's good. At 14 volts. 14.1, my fingers, there you go, there you go, 14 volts. And the way I set this up is basically I have a couple of these little clips, connectors, and at the end of it, it had an adjustable. I can connect it to various things. So I connected here to the track, which I adjusted kind of crudely, just to start out with. I may actually make a better connection later on, but right now it's working just fine, and it allows me to adjust. I've already tried it on several cars, and it was very simple. I just, cut off. I had a couple of different power supplies from AFX, so I cut off the end to one, and I spliced in, and I basically split the wires. I connected the clips, the alligator clips, one to negative, one to positive. Keep them separated, because if you let them touch each other, they heat up very much. So you gotta tape them up good. I used electrical tape and separated them, and then it works just fine. And then I connected the alligator clip through the connection I have to the power supply, and that power supply, as you see, goes from 0 all the way to 24.5 volts. So, and I've already tested it on several cars. It makes everything run real smooth. I could run at 16 volts for some cars, 18, and then this one I usually have to run at 12 volts with the AFX power supply. Now I can run this one at 14 volts, which is a little better, and very smooth. Today we're running a 5-minute interval on the Datsun Outer World Datsun Extraction Outer World 240ZX, and I will be right back with that. Alrighty, Outer World Extraction Chassis 240Z, and let me just say right off the bat, I love Outer World 4-gear. I have a half dozen or more 4-gear, maybe like 8 or 9 4-gear cars, chassis cars, and they are fantastic. I'm not a big fan of the Extraction chassis. It's not a real racing chassis. It's more of a let's just have a nice smooth ride chassis. Of course, it does run smoothly, but you got to be able to keep it on the track. It has fewer magnets, so it does give a different driving experience. And on a track like this, it's not. It's a little tricky to keep it on the track. I'm running it at 14 volts, which seems to be running pretty smooth here. If I was running the AFX power supply and not the adjustable power supply that I installed, basically I would have had to be running it at 12 volts. I owned the Datsun 280ZX back in the 80s. I owned the 1980 Datsun 280ZX, which was a wonderful car. Probably my second favorite car that I've ever owned, a little Japanese Corvette with a T-top roof, in this color, in silver. A really beautiful little speed demon. And but my favorite car that I ever owned was the 1970 Dodge Charger, which was a true muscle car. It was an RS, Rally Sport Dodge Charger, and came stock, mint condition. I bought it in 1980. 1971, I paid $3,000 for it. Today, that car, in the condition that I owned it, for the 3 or 4 years that I owned it, the car today is worth no less than $40,000 to $60,000, and up from there at auction. But I paid $3,000 for it and drove it pretty much into the ground for 3 or 4 years. It was a great car, though. I loved it. We're doing a 5-minute time trial on this little Extraction 240Z from Outer World. And the Extraction's nice. It doesn't have too much magnet downforce, so you got to drive it more carefully. And on a straightaway, it's very fast, but on the corners, it'll bite you. As opposed to the 4 gears, which are much more forgiving, but it takes a lot more. I run the 4 gears at a higher voltage than the Extractions, and I prefer the 4 gears. I wish Auto World did more cars in 4 gear. That's really a very good chassis. I'm sure many of you agree. Of course, today we got all the boutique chassis, you know, Jag and Viper and Dash and you know, all of the boutique chassis. So there's really no limit to what you can do with these little cars today. Now I killed, in the last month, I killed 2 of the 120 ohm controllers. Today I killed one. I don't know what happened to it. It's dead. And last week I killed one. It's dead. I did drop it on the ground, so it may be that. And so, you know, I'm fortunately I have a couple more 120 ohm controllers, because I did purchase a couple of track sets, so I have a couple of them, and I'm going to get the adjustable controllers. Still haven't decided whether it's going to be OS3 or the Falco, but it's going to be one of those two. Now the 5-minute time trial is done. The little car did not de-slot at any point in this run, and I'll be back with the statistics. Hope you're all having a great day, and I'll be right back with the statistics on this. Okay, these are the stats for this little car. Once again, an Extraction on a track like this, which is completely a rally track, very much in and out winding, no guardrails, very slick. Not going to be very fast, but this is again a baseline 5-minute time trial, and the total time it ran on a 5-minute interval was 4 minutes 51.51 seconds. The total laps were 24. The last lap was 11.67 seconds. The average lap was 12.14 seconds, not my fastest car. by any standard, but it ran very nice at 14 volts. Didn't de-slot once. And the fastest lap was 11.25 seconds. So I'm very happy with that. I hope all my extractions do at least that well. I have several extractions. And I'll also be doing all of my 4 gears. Once again, things are continuing. I have now a playlist for my 5-minute intervals, time trials. If you haven't seen my 5-minute time trials, they're accumulating on that playlist as I put them up. And I hope today to get 1 or 2 more videos up, and then maybe another 1 or 2 videos on the weekend. I'm doing a lot of maintenance and stuff, and of course I have my own chores to do for the house, which are difficult for me to do. I hope you all have a great weekend. Happy, I believe it's Friday. I'm retired and disabled, so I have a little trouble keeping up with the days sometimes. But I hope you all have a great weekend. I'm off to have a cup of coffee. Enjoy yourselves. Thanks for supporting the Diecast and Select Car Scale Model Racing and Collecting community on YouTube. And love each other, have peace. There's a wonderful Grand Prix race this weekend on Sunday, celebrating the 250th anniversary of America in Washington, D.C. I, for one, am going to be watching it, and hope a lot of you will too. God bless America, and thanks for watching. Enjoy.